Hi, my name is Matthew Harrison, and I'm the Executive Director of LCMS World Relief and Human Care. As the mercy arm of the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod, LCMS World Relief and Human Care is often involved with major disaster, hurricanes, floods, tornadoes, earthquakes, and even tsunamis. These are disasters that you read about in the newspapers, on the web, and see on the nightly news. But there are other disasters that we're all involved with that you don't see. One of those is the plight of retired church workers who began their ministries before there was an adequate retirement program. Many of the dedicated men and women and their surviving spouses are living at below poverty levels. I'm sure there are many of you whose father or grandfather was a veteran of World War II, the Korean War, maybe Vietnam. Maybe you're a veteran. The Veterans Administration offers many benefits such as disability, medical care, and educational opportunities. For our Veterans of the Cross, those who gave their lives in ministry, we want to tell their story, a story of dedication, struggle, hope, and thanks.
Well, the Veterans of the Cross program has made the difference to me. Starvation or kind of a halfway decent living.
Through the Veteran of the Cross, to get my medicine that I have to have, and each time I get it filled, it's about $600, sometimes $700.
And I expected like maybe $100 a month, and I thought, well, anything would be wonderful. I'd be so grateful. Well, here it's like $500 a month, and it's just a godsend.
The Veterans of the Cross program mean that we don't have to think that there's no hope. For a period of time, we really didn't know how we were going to.
It's wonderful, and if this program can help people the way they helped my mother, it is an amazing program.
Let me assure you that the district presidents of our Lutheran Church Missouri Synod are extremely concerned about all of our workers, and particularly those Veterans of the Cross who have given themselves in a lifelong service, who have retired and now find themselves perhaps in a disadvantageous situation with regard to resources.
Well, in 1978, when I left Minnesota and went to a single congregation in Iowa, that's the first time I made $10,000. Up until that time, I was making $6,500 in 1977. That was my total income.
For some years, the Synod's Board of Directors has provided funding for destitute church workers from the Synod's unrestricted funds through the Concordia plans.
Obviously there's multiple stories, but some of the saddest are the most compelling ones that touch my heart the most are stories that they have basically lived for maybe months and months on rationed food. A loaf of bread they stretch for 2 weeks. Going out and buying fresh meat is really not an option for them. Buying prepackaged meat, hot dogs, things that go a long way.
Well, Mel has had 4 strokes. The major strokes left him with dementia, and each time it would increase. His last stroke, he was like a totally different person. He thought he could still do everything. After his last stroke, he had a large garden, and he had raspberries, which we had to take care of, but he decided that he had to burn another patch of weeds. And I needed to get away for the day. My doctor advised me, just take the day off, go enjoy yourself. Don't worry, Mel's going to be fine. Well, it didn't turn out that way. I got home, and he was sitting in a chair with his leg covered, and I took the cover off, and his leg was burnt. It was just terrible. So they airlifted him down to Madison. They examined him. They thought they could save the leg. They tried grafting, but it was burnt way too bad. And then they had to amputate it. His medication runs, I couldn't even afford it. It's like $600 a month. With me living here, although we share expenses, we bought a home together with my daughter and her husband. I've had huge medical expenses, and I thank God every day for the ability to get this extra money through the Veterans of the Cross. It's a wonderful program.
Reverend Carlos Hernandez, LCMS World Relief and Human Care's Director of Districts and Congregations, has taken on a new responsibility of being in contact with our veterans, not only to assess their needs, but also to offer pastoral care.
Since I travel around the country with other LCMS World Relief and Human Care business, disasters, other kind of district and congregational business in human care, they wanted to know if I could, perhaps in my trips, visit some of these families that they're actually serving to see what other kind of, sort of a social service kind of follow-up, and just again keeping track with these folks, and providing some pastoral care from the church at large, as well as making sure that they're getting pastoral care locally as well, and if not, making sure we hook them up with a local pastor.
The Veterans of the Cross program has been wonderful for my mother. Or when my dad passed away, there was no life insurance left. All of his life insurance had to be spent for his nursing home stay, and my father always worried how well my mother would be taken care of after he passed away. She asks me often, am I okay? Am I going to be able to stay here? And for me to say yes is wonderful.
I want to say thank you to the Senate and to the people who are supporting us at this time, because without this program, my wife and I could not be here where we are.
There's the only one word that could cover it all is thank you. The Lord has truly blessed us and blessed this church, and we know that without a doubt we would not have the comfort that we have now at our age.
And we really thank the people for helping us and supporting us in our church.
They're just like money from God, And I imagine that's where it does come from eventually, but yeah, without that, I'd be in trouble. They tell that story about a poor preacher, and the lady said, I was in your church last Sunday and you are a poor preacher, but that's not what we're talking about,
All of us at LCMS World Relief and at Concordia Plan Services thank you for your love and concern and care. Thanks.